What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It's your boy Blue, and today I'm gonna be showing you how to get the Falcon 50EX started up from a cold and dark state. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit and get this baby started. First disclaimer, there may be a few steps here and there that may not be necessary. There may be some steps that I miss, but this is the way that I do it. It's pretty quick and it gets the job done. So first, we're going to go up to the overhead panel here, and I'm going to turn on the battery 1 and battery 2. You could also go to the left side and turn on the GPU. This is usually the way that I do it. I do a GPU start to do that right there. And after we get the external power plugged in, we need to turn the avionics on. And go to your overhead, like right above your head, up here by all the switches and whatnot. There's a little button that says LH AV master on the left and LH or RH AV master on the right. That is your avionics. When you click on that, you'll see your PFD and MFD come to life just like this. So what I do after that is I go ahead and turn on my lights, fasten seatbelt signs, emergency lights, smoking signs, as well as my navigation. You can turn the navigation and logo lights on if it's nighttime. If it's not, just turn the regular navigation lights on. Then we'll move back down here and turn on the IRS, which is down on your left hand side. You can click on it one time. It doesn't really simulate the ILS aligning, but you can just kind of switch it to nav or ATT, and that's just perfectly fine. Once you got the IRS set up and aligning, hypothetically, you can go down and set up your flight plan. The Falcon 50 does come with the default X-Plane FMC. It also has the option to do the GTN 750. I do have that, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to start this plane with the FMC. There's really nothing to do with this. It's super basic. If you already know how to use the X-Plane default FMC, you don't even have to worry about this. Matter of fact, I'm going to speed through it. So quickly going to get this set up. Go to my flight plan. Today we're flying out of my home airport right down the street from my house. Kilo Delta Whiskey Hotel. That's Hooks Airport. And we're flying a short flight to Dallas. Dallas Love Field. Kilo Delta Alpha Lima. And we'll be flying a departure. So we'll go to departure. Looking okay. We are tuned into Houston Center on 126.9 or 5 for VATSIM. I will go ahead and mention one thing, and that is the transponder seems to not completely work correctly on VATSIM in the Falcon 50. So a workaround for that is if you're using VATSIM, just use Swift, and you can just switch it to whatever you want to switch it to. Meaning you can switch it from on to standby to whatever. So right now it says on, but we're actually on standby. But if you want to change it, you can click on this dot here and then start scrolling. You can do the big scroll to change between the numbers and then choose your transponder or whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and call up for clearance, and we'll get our transponder code. Houston Center, Falcon 116 Bravo, IFR to Dallas Love.
November 116 Bravo, you're cleared to the Dallas Love Airport via the Westland Wilson 7 departure as filed, maintain 4000, expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departures from the squawk 4753, 4753.
All right, clear to Dallas Love Field via the Wilson 7 departure, maintain 4000, expect 360, and then squawking 4753, departures with you, November 16 Bravo.
Okay, 116 Bravo, you can expect runway 17 right for departure. Advise and ready to taxi.
17 right, we'll advise and ready to taxi. Turn, while we're down here, we're going to turn the anti-skid on to the up position, the hydraulic standby to auto. Down to the cabin altitude, so you can set this in two different places. You can set it down here. We're only going to 36,000. Slide, keep turning this till we get to 360 in the smaller circle. Down here, there's another place you can actually change this, which is up here above your right FMC. You can actually select that as well right here, but it's very hard to see it. I don't know, it's kind of pointless to use that one. Next up, I'm going to change my baro, which is currently 2992. So go ahead and rotate that so we get to 2992. ATC gave us 4,000 feet. We'll climb about 240 knots. That's fine. And we'll be heading 168. PFD, MFD look good. You can check your V speeds if you like by selecting ref right next to the menu button up here above the MFD. You can click on ref. That'll show you basically some sample V speeds. You can actually click on those and change them if you like. I'm not going to change them today because they're usually about around the same. All right, and we're ready to start. So let's go back and shut the cabin door. Hitting this handle here. That's now shut. Let's go ahead and check our fuel. Fuel looks good. Let's go look at our beacons. Our beacon's gonna be anti-collision, set to red. That is your beacon light. Now we're gonna go to air start to the up position, all three of them. 1, 2, and 3. And we'll keep going across. Turn all 3 boosters on, like that. Now we will fire up the APU. Hit the APU master switch here on the bottom left. And start. You'll hear that fire up here.
We're real close to the arrival there.
While that's firing up, I like to turn my pilot light on, which is actually just the lighting above all the different, like the flight director and heading track, stuff like that. Very good for visibility. If you want to turn the all lights on, you can hit shield. That'll turn all the lights on down there around the MFD and whatnot. Our APU is fired up, and really all we need to do now is hit engine start. So right above that, there's 3 buttons. Each button is for each engine, obviously. Hit the center one, that's where I usually start. Hit press start, you'll hear it turn down for what, and then we'll fire it up. Looking for about 15 to 16 here as the N2 is rising. Alright, there it is. Let's go down here. And it's kind of hard to find it, but you gotta click on this red lever and then pull up and back to throttle idle. That'll fire up the first engine.
November 6981 Hotel Houston Center is closing.
And now I'll go ahead and do the right engine. Red light is illuminated. I see N2 movement here. All right. Same process. Let that engine stabilize. We'll move on to engine number 3, or engine number 1. And technically, you can do all these at the exact same time. It will not affect the engine start process. When I'm in a hurry, I just click all 3 red buttons at once, and then boom, it just works. Alright, it's 12%, 13, still rising. Here comes 15. And there we are. Alright, we have 3 good engines, people. Back to the overhead, we'll start with the pitot heat on for pilot and co-pilot. Go all the way across here, turn the windshield heat on, windshield, co-pilot, and side. While we're here, we'll turn on the fuel cross feed. And again, I'll remind you, some of these things are not 100% necessary, but it's just what I do. Go ahead and hit the transfer pumps. Alright, after the feed, we'll go ahead and turn the air start off. Computers to auto, computer 1 auto, computer 2, and 3. Next, to the top right of the overhead, we see HP1, HP3, and HP2. Go ahead and turn those on. Turn on the isolation to auto and go ahead and cross it here. Turn it sideways. And you can turn all 3 of them on. I don't think it really makes a difference which you do. Alright, back down to the bottom left, we'll go ahead and turn off the APU by hitting start stop. And turn off the master, you'll hear it spool down. Slowly, kinda, in the background. And then go to transfer pump 1, 2, and 3. Check on your air condition. I usually set it to auto by spinning it here to the center. Everything else over here should be fine. If it's cold, then the anti-ice is right below it if you need it, if needed. Make sure the external power is disconnected. Go ahead and click on the green button up top. Make sure the generators are on though. 1, 2, and 3 are, they're all on. Go down here to the center. Make sure we don't have any yellow lights, which we do. And it's talking about the generators. So we'll just go ahead and reset them. And we'll check that again. And all of our lights are no longer illuminated. So we're looking good. Quick control check. Looking good. Flaps down. I usually take off with just the slats. Unless you're really heavy, then you can do slats plus 20 degrees flaps. So it depends on your weight. But we'll do slats today. Flight director on. Taxi lights on. And we are ready to taxi. Alright, release the parking brake. Give it some power. And get out of here. We're actually gonna take off runway 17 right. ATC gave us a runway change. Thankfully. But hopefully that helps you guys somewhat if you were struggling to get the aircraft started. I know not everyone was able to get it going as easily, and I even had some trouble getting it started at first. And the documentation inside the folder really doesn't do it justice. Doesn't really give you good information on how to start the aircraft. So hopefully this video helped you out, and I'll check you guys out next time. Remember, you got 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all. You got peace, love, and God bless you. See you guys next time. Next video. Peace.